I think it has lots of little pieces of other movies and things that kind of worked all in this big collage of something that we watched for 2 hours. I wasn't like angry or miserable, but I was a little bored in the middle, and then I was like, I chuckled a couple times. So it's not like a strong comedy like the first one. It's not an overall action adventure movie. It's not treading new ground. It's not focusing on strong characters. It's just like a little bit of everything is in there. It just kind of sort of congeals.
Yeah, no,
the cake didn't rise. Is what you're saying?
Yeah. When the calls would come in, you'd be like, oh my gosh, they got a call. And then, Bill Murray's haggling with the hotel owner to get money. This is the perfect analogy, because when they got a call in this movie, I just went, oh. Like if I were them, I'd be like, why? The ending felt very Marvel as well. When she's shooting them with the laser, the copper brass.
The proton pack with,
Yeah, what brass? What was it?
Brass.
Copper. No, it wasn't
No,
copper.
they didn't have copper,
It was
but
brass.
they had plenty of brass. They sawed off part of the fire pole, I think.
Yes, brass.
But then Kumail Nanjiani slides down it at the end. And
It's fine.
Intact?
It's fine.
What happened there?
They only sawed off part of it. It's fine.
That's right. Yeah.
Where'd they saw it off
It's
from?
fine. It's fine.
What do we get out of this? Phoebe, she fell in love and had a ghost friend, potential.
They danced around it, though.
Yeah, we all know.
I was waiting for the ghost kiss when she got sucked out of her own body.
Yeah, it would have been weird.
You don't want to upset
kids.
that fraction of the audience.
I know.
So you got to keep it loose enough.
You got to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. The last thing you want is a YouTube thumbnail with "woke?" question mark. So just avoid it.
I'm sure it's already happening.
Should we
just friends.
Should we just do that for this video? Ghostbusters, whoa!
I don't know. I think from the producers and the movie's perspective, they needed to have, your representation, but they did
also
it.
plausible deniability.
Also plausible deniability.
They're just friends. That's all we meant.
Yeah, exactly. Plausible deniability. The scariest ghost of all. What do I say about Disney?
Oh, passive progressive.
Passive progressive. Yes.
Yeah. This is a good case of that.
We have the first gay ghosts in a Ghostbusters movie.
Finally.
Finally.
That's what I've been hoping for since I saw Dan Aykroyd get blown by a ghost in the original film. I was like, why can't that be a man?
We've had slut ghosts. Why can't we have lesbian ghosts? Can I tell a very quick story, because I was laughing when I took a screenwriting course at film school. It was like screenwriting 1, right? Yeah. So it was just filled with just random people. There was this lesbian woman. She was older, and we were all writing screenplays, and hers was called Haunt Me. This really happened. Okay, she was writing the script, and we were talking about genres, and this is where I always say this line to Jay, because everyone was saying, "What's your genre?" Like, I'm writing a drama, I'm writing a comedy, and she goes, "I don't really care much for the comedy." And she was very she goes, "My story is called Haunt Me, and it's about a woman who's being haunted by a female ghost that is in love with her, and they're in love with each other." So it was basically what happened in this movie. Lesbian ghosts, a lesbian ghost, and a living woman who are in love. It was called Haunt Me. Very, very provocative title. This one guy, he was kind of dumb. He just goes, "Oh, so they're not like slut lesbians?" And the whole room was silent, and I started laughing, and I couldn't stop laughing for like an hour. It was like two worlds, right? His only knowledge of a lesbian was like something from like a porno movie.
Late 90s porn.
He didn't even know that in the world a lesbian could actually have an actual romance and love. So his question was, and he said slut. He said, so they're not like slut lesbians? And she said, no. And then everyone moved on, and I could not stop laughing. You know that kind of like giggly laughter that you just can't suppress in a quiet environment where you're just. I just kept doing that, and I couldn't stop. Ironically, it was the most comedic thing that's ever happened to that lady, who doesn't like the comedy. It was the funniest fucking thing, because it was so like, he said it authentically.
Yeah.
He didn't say it to be funny.
Yeah.
It was an authentic question. I'm glad Walmart wasn't in this movie. That's all, folks. Thanks for watching.